It's Caleb. Today we got for loops. Jump right into it. Yeah, to be honest, I recorded this video a couple times. I'm really trying to hit the points I want and be as clear as I can. So just let me know if something's unclear. Just tell me. I'll make another video. But let's get into it. So for loops. What's the point of a for loop? It allows us to repeat code a certain amount of times without having to write it out a ton. So for example, if you wanted to print something a certain amount of times, we'll say print hello. And you wanted to print it out, we'll say 5 times. All right. You might think, all right, we're going to print it out 5 times. And if you run it, it works. We print hello out 5 times. You're done. You're done. You reach your goal. That's it. But so many extra lines. This looks terrible. And if you really had to debug this and you're writing with like scripts like hundreds and hundreds of lines long, this gets really annoying. So we use something called a for loop. A for loop allows us to repeat the code like I mentioned before. So let's write one out. First thing you do, keyword for. The next part is your iterator. This can be named anything. You might see I, you might see X, you might see like the name of what you're going through, but we're not worried about that right now. But it can be named anything. Cheese, anything. In this case, I'm gonna name it X. I was taught X, so we're gonna use X. Stop this. I always keep that running. Next, you want to tell it where to start and when you want it to end. What do you mean by where you want it to start, where you want it to end? It's just an easy way to think about it. So like I want it to start at 1 and I want it to repeat 5 times. So you start at 1, you end at 5. And if you hit enter, it fills in this do for you. That's the syntax, and then this end, which we've seen before. So before I go further, you're basically setting x equal to 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 when you're doing this. It starts at 1 and it ends at 5. So now if I go ahead and I'm going to print x for you so you guys can see that. So it should print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Without a doubt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the thing is too, this is just telling you how many times it's going to repeat and loop. You don't actually have to call it here. So for example, we can print hello like we wanted before. And it'll still repeat 5 times. This code in here repeats no matter what, even if you don't call this x. As you can see, it printed 5 times. It didn't print the same way, but Roblox is telling you right here, printed 5 times. All right, that's pretty cool. And then also too, you can change. So if you want to start from like 10 to 1, you can go like through if you're trying to like make a countdown or something. You can be like, all right, 10 to 1, and then you have to write -1. Now you're probably wondering, why would you write that? So think of it like this: you start here, you stop here at this one here, and this is your step. This is how you're going. So when I wrote that code at first, the 1 and the 5, I could have written 1, but we know it goes up by 1. That's like the default. It goes up to 1. But if I want to go to 10 to 1, I'd have to write -1. I can make it go down by -2, -3, -4, anything. Doesn't matter. But that's a for loop. That's the basis of a for loop. You have your iterator and then equals, almost like setting a variable, and then you tell it where you want it to start and where you want it to stop. So in this case, like I said before, it repeats 5 times. And the thing that really confused me about this was I thought you had to use this somehow within the loop, and that really confused me, but you do not have to use that at all. It's just this, anything you put inside of here now, whether you have the X in it or not, will repeat 5 times. So we can make it do stuff, go through, and all that, and it will repeat. And then quickly too, I want to just introduce something. Uh, it's called a break statement. So if you actually wanted to go out of this for loop, you would say something called break. Literally, this keyword is called break. So I want to introduce that if statement again. I'm going to reinforce the last video. So we'll say if x, which is this x, we'll say if it's equal to 4. This is equality equal, not setting it like how we make like a variable like this. This is equality. I think I forgot to mention that last video. I'm gonna say equal equal because that's how I read it. So I'm gonna say it like that. So if x is equal to 4, then we're gonna do something and we're gonna break. So this break here, what it does basically, once x reaches 4, it's gonna break out of this for loop, and it's just gonna come out and it's gonna do all this code down here forever and ever. So if we go ahead, actually I didn't add any print statements, but we'll print x. So instead of going up to 5 now, it's gonna stop at 4 because we're breaking it once it reaches 4. So we'll go ahead and print 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it breaks. Pretty cool. This is almost like your return statement, but with loops. I think that's all I got for this video today. I hit everything I wanted to hit. I even added the break statement. I wasn't planning on using that, but it's very comparable to the return of a function. It just ends right there. I know, like, you're probably confused, like, oh, but it's within the if statement. But this is within the scope of this for loop. So once it sees the break, it's like, okay, I'm going to break out of this for loop. I think that's all. I said that already, but let me know if that doesn't make sense. Shoot a comment. Like I said, I'm always willing to make another video on it. Just let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video.